Hi guys, I'm Blind. This is the Vault of Glass 2021 strategy guide. All this footage is from Destiny 1, but Bungie have confirmed that these strategies will work in the Destiny 2 release of Vault of Glass. So, let's get to it. Entering the vault. So guys, the whole point of this encounter is to try and open the front door. You want to try and build this spire. Like you can see, it creates a beam of light that goes to the door and then you can run through. In order to open the door, you need to stand on 3 plates. You'll spawn in here, and then the 3 plates are on the left, middle, and right. This is what one of the plates looks like. As you stand on it, it will start to glow white. As you stand on the conflux, many enemies are going to spawn and start to come towards it. You need to try and kill them. The most important enemy is the Praetorian. He's a Minotaur. The reason why he's important is because if he gets to the conflux, the plate that you're standing on, he will stop its progress and it will stop building the spire in the middle. So you need to kill him first. The other enemies are just little tickly ads you can delete whenever. And that's it. Here's a recap. So stand on the plates to build a spire. A built spire will open the raid door, and prioritize killing the Minotaur Praetorians because they'll stop the spire from being built. After a little bit of jumping around, you're going to come to the Templar. The Templar himself is split up into several parts, but don't worry, there are small pauses in between each stage and we'll talk you through them as we go. You can see this large open space here, and it's the same again. There's going to be 3 areas you have to defend, left, middle and right, but this time we have some new adds to deal with. The new adds we have to deal with are called fanatics. Every time you kill one, it will drop a pool of something called negation. If you stand in it, it will give you a debuff that will eventually kill you, so you have to get rid of it. The way you get rid of it is there's a white pool in the middle just in front of the boss, and you go stand in it. If you do get caught out and you're standing in one of those green pools and you get marked for negation, stay calm. Work your way to the front. Try and make sure you're keeping an eye on your health and you don't get caught out by any of the ads that are shooting at you or the boss. And what you want to do is you want to just walk into the white pool down the front like you can see here. And that's it for part 1. Basically, just defend the 3 plates, same as you did before, kill the fanatics at a distance so you don't stand in all pools of gunk, avoid the green debuff pools of negation, but if you do get the debuff, just go get clean in the white pool at the front by the boss. After a small pause, you'll then go to part 2, and it's more of the same. You're defending those 3 areas, but this time you're going to hear some chimes around the encounter. Those chimes are going to be some yellow crystals that spawn in called oracles. What you have to do is, as a fire team, you shoot down the oracles where you hear them. If you don't shoot down those oracles, everybody in the fire team will automatically get the marked for negation debuff. That's the green pools debuff that you saw from earlier. So if you get that, you'll need to head to the middle and get yourself clean as a fire team, same thing as you did before. This time there are snipers that spawn in, so make sure you take care of those too. So here's a recap for this part. Listen for the chimes. The chimes are the yellow crystals that spawn in. You need to shoot them. If you don't shoot them quick enough, then your whole fire team will get the debuff and you'll all need to clean at the white pool at the front by the boss. Now we're doing everything all at once that we've learnt so far, except we've got an extra element involved with Kabir's shield. The shield can now be picked up by a player, and the player themselves can now clean anyone at any point by using one of the buttons relative to their controller or keyboard. What's going to happen is there's going to be lots of oracles that spawn in, and you need to shoot the oracles down. The person with the shield can walk up to these oracles and slam them by jumping into the air and using their melee button, which is a very effective way of clearing them very, very quickly. The most important new mechanic is the person that's holding the shield will be slowly building a super that's special to the shield itself. When the super is built, they can fire it at the boss, which removes his immunity shield, starting the DPS phase. During DPS phase, you'll be periodically detained. This is like a trap that you'll need to shoot yourself out of. Once you've shot yourself out, you should help other people too. And then this cycle will repeat. Just keep DPSing until the boss falls over. Clear the oracles, shoot the super from the shield, and start damaging all over again. So to summarise, destroy the oracles as they spawn in, that's the yellow crystals, use the shield to build the super, use the super to remove the boss's shield, and the shield itself that the player is using can cleanse any negation buff that you get. Shoot the detain imprisonment when you're doing the DPS phase. And now onto the Gorgon's maze. So with the Gorgon's Maze, guys, it's really straightforward. You enter one end of the room and you're trying to work your way very secretly to the other side of the room without being spotted by the Gorgons themselves. There's a very small cave that you'll have to enter on the far side of the room. It's difficult to find, but if you follow the route on screen, you'll avoid most of the Gorgons and you'll be able to find it quite easily. If you do get spotted by a Gorgon at any point, they will almost certainly wipe you. The reason why is they have a huge amount of health and they instantly delete your team after about 5 seconds of you being spotted. We're talking 6 Nova Bombs and possibly a Divinity just to try and get rid of one. That's why you don't engage all of them and delete them one by one. In theory, it is possible to kill them, but it will certainly be very, very difficult. So instead, just sneak round. The Gorgons themselves have great vision and hearing, so although we're running in this clip, it's because we've had lots of practice and we're showing you this route for the purpose of the guide. When you do it for your first time, I'd recommend you go nice and slow, but follow that route as I say on screen. And that's it. When you get to the end of the Gorgon's Maze, you're ready for the final encounter. And now it's time for Aethon, the Galahorn Eater. A bit like the Templar, Aethon is split up into several stages. The first stage is quite straightforward. You're going to kill the enemies that spawn around the main arena, and after that you're going to see 2 plates, one on the left and one on the right. They're next to a set of portals. The plates open those portals. Once you've killed all the enemies, you stand on one of the plates to open one of the portals. You send a team of 3 people inside that portal and they kill the enemies on the inside. They can then grab the shield that's on the inside of the portal and they can work their way back out. The team that's on the outside of the portal, who should be standing on the plate, can keep that doorway open by continually standing on that plate. For anyone inside that portal, they will be slowly going blind. In order to get rid of this debuff, the person who's holding the shield can use the same button as they did during the Templar encounter to clean everyone's blindness debuff. Once you've grabbed one shield, you want to come back out with it and make sure you hold on to it. If you grab the shield from the left hand side first, you can then go over to the portal on the right hand side and do the same again. Stand on the plate, open the door, go inside and grab a second shield. Once you've then got 2 shields back out in the main room, you can clean up and kill all the ads that are dotted around. The people holding the shields want to concentrate on the Minotaurs that spawn in, everybody else can just shoot and DPS whatever they can see. The Minotaurs will be slowly working their way to the middle of the room at a central spire, and the shield bearers need to kill them before they get there. And that's the end of that first part of the encounter. To recap, stand on the conflux plates to open the portals, take the shield from inside, use the shield to clean the blind debuff, and then use the shields to kill the Minotaurs on the outside. So the Aethon encounter works like this. You're going to start it off and 3 people are going to get teleported into one of 2 areas. They're either going to get teleported to the jungle on the right, or they're going to get teleported to the desert on the left. When they get teleported in there, they want to grab the shield inside and slowly work their way back out towards the portals, just like we did before. There are going to be some oracles that spawn, and people need to shoot them down. For the people who weren't teleported inside that room, they need to go and stand on the plate next to the portal, just like we did before. By standing on that plate, they'll open up the doorway and let the team who are teleported back out into the main room. Once that team with the shield comes back into the main room, they can use the shield's block to be able to engage the boss. Block using the shield in front of the boss, and then everybody else needs to do damage through the blocking shield. The shield's block doesn't last forever, so whoever's holding it needs to count down how long they've got left of the shield before it completely runs out. Once your DPS phase is over, get towards the back of the room nice and safe, 3 more people get teleported, and you do the same thing again. Once you've damaged the boss's health bar down to 0, the fight's over and you're finished. And here's the Aethon recap. The 3 furthest players get teleported, teleported players recover a shield, shoot the oracles when you're inside the portal, any non-teleported players need to stand on a plate to open the doorway, and make sure you use the shield's block to damage the boss. Good luck guys, and I hope you have fun.